Baba's love is so real, so true, so pure. His drishti gives us feelings of belonging and bring joy, contentment to the soul. And Baba's love, expression of his words, reminds us for all our beautiful forms of the whole cycle. It's only Father, one who has love, will remind children of what was best in them, best in us. Never, never reminds us, or he wants us to remember the past, which was in Copper Age and Iron Age. Baba wants us to forget whatever wrong, mistakes, or sinful we have done. He doesn't want us to regret or to feel guilty, but he wants us to become aware of all our beautiful and powerful part which we played in different forms. That's Baba's true love. I love Baba not only because he's ocean of love, but what he do for us. He wants us to remain in the awareness of our most elevated forms. Baba wants us to forget all the mistakes we have done in the past. Awareness, beautiful memories, and very, very elevated feelings get created by Baba's words. So Baba's drishti, Baba's words express Baba as ocean of love. Baba as our true father, true teacher, and true Sadguru. As Baba speaks to us, and also the way we listen, we should become not only have awareness, but embodiment of the awareness. Baba wants us to experience elevated feelings of each form, elevated feelings of being eternal, eternal self, as pure, immortal, and all powers merged in the eternal form. I also emerge the awareness of my eternal form. And then Baba reminds us of our original form, that is deity form. Very beautiful energy one as a bestower, very compassionate and giver of blessing. And then same form becomes worship worthy. And when devotees, worshippers stand in lines to receive blessings from the forms of deities, then Baba reminds us of our confluence age, Brahmin life, life one in which we have consistent study, purity, and service. Then Baba reminds us of our angelic form, limitless service, no boundaries, no bondage of the body, but through the subtle form, angelic form, angel can fly and serve in unlimited way. Says Baba himself conducts drill for us so that we practice, we become embodiment, awareness of all our different forms. From my heart, I feel Baba's love, love in the form of a father, one who bestows, teacher, one who is teaching, and I become follower of Sadguru. And when my heart accepts all this, it becomes easy to make efforts. And my heart is full of gratitude for Baba to remind me, to make me aware of all my beautiful different parts I played during whole cycle. Think of Baba's love in this way and experience Baba's love and also experience your all different forms. Take drishti from Baba and from your heart express that love to Baba. Sit as in that image of love. As much I think of what Baba says for us, a lot of love emerges from my heart for Baba. And as much as love I have from Baba for Baba, I also experience much more love from Baba. And it's important to have this love in very immersed form for Baba. And my heart says, Baba, I love you.
Om Shanti, welcome to series Confluence-Aged Brahmin, a life of joy and blessings. वरदानी जीवन, ये हमारा ब्राह्मण स्वरूप है. सभी का स्वागत है. आज पहला दिन, डे 1.
Om Shanti. Everyone is very joyful, right? When our hearts are full of love, there is joy. There are different experiences of joy, but one which I am sharing now, which I really felt as much I was thinking what Baba tells us, speaks to us, and Baba's Drishti, my heart was really, really becoming full for love for Baba. And this recognition that really, truly, what Baba is saying to us for our upliftment, to take us to our stage of perfection, to give us the life no one can do, only God. And I'm sure all of you also feeling mm, this love emerging for Baba. And when there is love, then efforts become very easy. It doesn't feel like effort because Baba wants us to be perfect. Baba wants us to be truthful. Baba wants us to be loveful. And also, according to present situations, what everyone wants to feel is God's love. And there are a lot of souls who cannot directly experience love from God because there are a lot of things block their memories. But for we are experiencing God's love. So when my heart is full of love, God's love, then others will also experience that. And that really becomes a true service at this time. Today I had little time spent with Canadian family. And one of the question which was asked at that time, I didn't say much, is what could we do when open the centers now? What atmosphere we create? And today, this time, I feel that our love, even we have to keep social distancing, we have to have sanitizer, we have to, whatever is necessary. But the vibrations from us, first from instruments and then for each other, should be a lot of love. And then when they go, they return to their families, or they go for if they're working also, wherever they are, they can also spread the vibrations of love. So for today's topic, I would say that is love in my heart. It's a completely different love. There are love for human beings, love for elements, but love for God is brings real joy. So we are taking this topic because as much we are talking, listening, or in other words, we are revising what we already know, it's creating awareness in us. And that's what Baba wants us. So there are two words, embodiment of awareness. Just as one is just awareness, another is embodiment of awareness. That means if I have all the time this awareness and all the feelings, really deep experiences are very connected with awareness. We can use the word memory, thinking or memory, like suddenly you think of something very nice happened when you were a child. So when that awareness comes or memory comes, uh, then the experience also comes that it was so beautiful. But then if there were any challenges, if that awareness arises, then you can also have different feeling. I remember many things, but you all must be remembering that once in Lokik family we had gone for a picnic. So there was some beautiful river there, and then one of the members said, "Let's take photograph." So we all went, and we were standing, and suddenly I realized that I was trying to take support from a railing, but there was no railing. So in 1 second, I could have just gone in the river, fell in the river. But something just kind of hold me, and I was able to hold myself, and nothing happened. But that 1 second, no, when Baba says 1 second, create experience in that in 1 second you can create it. That 1 second, I haven't forgotten means I don't remember, but as soon as I will see water or something, just suddenly it will appear. 1 second. Why I'm giving this example that each one of you know that many things happen, and it's just in 1 second the whole experience can come back, whether it is good, whether it's of fear, whether it is of anything. So how deep that the memory or the experience can be in the life. And Baba wants us to create these the whole things as real experience in the life. So awareness very deeply connected with the feelings. As I said, one other word which can help you to understand awareness is more of memory. Like you suddenly start thinking, oh, I become aware of this. Because in Hindi it is called Smriti. And it's very interesting that January 18th, when Baba became aware, one of the words from Baba's Murli has stayed with me since then, and that is power of awareness or capacity of awareness. Baba says, Simirthi ki samarthi. That means when there is right awareness, there is right kind of power in you. So these sessions which we are doing is not really, I sometimes feel I just say simple thing, but we are revising. We are revising what we have learned. We are revising what kind of efforts we have done and to see what Baba wants us to do and to create awareness and to become embodiment of awareness. So that this awareness, when I have to emerge, as Baba said, every morning, 1 second, do this. Within 1 second, be that. So I had been reflecting a lot on this 1 second. Mm. Then I realized that some of the memories, they just emerge in a second. And they are so deep in sanskars. But then how I change them. If it was of fear, how I change it to faith. If there was anything which was of being deceived, then how I change it, have more trust now. So deeply within, we are healing ourselves. We are creating new memories, real ones, elevated ones. So this all happens at confluence age. And I think only Baba can do that. Because he's the one who is remover of sorrows. Otherwise, everyone, when they think of some of the things, the sorrow comes back. So, how do we completely become free from those traces of sorrow? It's only by emerging or creating this awareness of our elevated forms. So, what we're doing looks very simple, but it's not. What I'm saying that it's very important. Baba has given us time that we can collectively think of to become Simrti Sarup. Baba talks of 5 forms, but one form is, of all the forms, is Simrti form. That means image of awareness or embodiment of awareness. So the power of awareness is in the feelings. It creates experience. It can take you back into that time and the situation. So there are actually 4 topics in one topic. One is confluence age. So every day we will take 2 points about confluence age. Awareness that I am at confluence age. awareness that I am a confluence-aged Brahmin. So awareness even of the time. Many people like they come to me and say, they, let's say somebody sold property and went to accountant to say, how do I keep money about taxes? And every people have, when they have properties, they have their own, accountants and lawyer. So then some or other, I was visiting their sister in some other city. So she asked me, I said, look, according to Baba's knowledge, whatever advice has been given, I won't agree because we are at confluence age. So at confluence age, Baba has taught us his Shrimat about how do we spend. So the awareness of confluence age, where Baba is giving us Shrimat, where everything is used in a worthwhile way. Anyone who has followed Shrimat, uh, even on wealth, according they most of them they do for Baba, they enjoy their life, but also they have enough saving. The way Baba teaches us. So, but awareness of time helps you, like your power to discern, because what Lokik people and Lokik advice you will get will be based on in Kali Yuga, how they think. But when you belong to Baba and we are at confluence age, then power to discern will work completely different. I won't go more in detail of that, but I'm showing that how awareness of the time affects our power to discern what we should do now, what we shouldn't do now, based on confluence age, not based on world situations. Of course, we are aware. So remember two thoughts about confluence age. Hmm. One, Baba says it is the age of joy. And joy, and then other word with joy which Baba uses is confusion. So in Hindi, joy is moj, confusion is munjana. I'm talking about his original words now. Munjane, this is not time to be confused about anything. It's time to be joyful. That means, as I said, joy emerging from love, but joy emerging on being clear and have understanding about everything. I'm not sure. I don't know. So how you can be joyful, right? But I am clear. I now understand. So Baba explains us at confluence age everything. So that is why we call it life of joy, because as much you listen to Murli, even same points, like today when I was listening to Murli, I felt every word I was listening was making a different sense. And then I start thinking of all of us, because I said, if this is happening to me, as maybe for a few weeks and months we had been going into depth of everything, it must be happening to all of you, that every word meant little different. Mm. Makes a real truth is emerging from each word, and it's touched the soul. So how do I use Baba's knowledge? Mm. Baba is clearing everything and making me understand So soul is internally very joyful, moj. And then soul is able not only joyful, but enjoy everything. Because some souls doesn't feel like they're enjoying. They're just doing it, living a life, passing their time, but joy is really more from the heart. So it is the love which brings joy, and other is understanding, clarity. Hmm? Baba always says, have clear intellect. So today, when I was thinking about joy, and these two words came in my mind, Moj and Munjana. Hmm? It's also sanskar that everything, some get confused. Very difficult. It's like fog on the way. So you can't drive when there is fog. So our journey also, the speed will reduce, or my journey will stop because there is this fog of confusion. Hmm. But we have to understand. Hmm. So we call this confluence age as age of joy. So then Baba's children, Brahmin life also is the life of joy. But awareness of the time, hmm, and clarity, as soon as you really listen, it becomes clear, and internally, like some kind of fog, blockage is removed. So then soul becomes very, very joyful. So confluence age, always remember, is the age of joy. Hmm. And second aspect, awareness, is a time of transition because it's a confluence of old and new. And it's always every moment there's something from old, something from new. So my choice should be not to go for old, but to select the new. Hmm. It's so interesting. One of the sister wrote me quite a long experience, but was very beautiful. And she was the part of this new thing, which eight postures of heart, you all must have seen, was created by Baba's family and was shown yesterday, and still you can see it. It was shown on Sunday, I think. So she was very much involved, but suddenly someone, very near relative, got very sick, and she has this assignment. Now she could have said, I can't do it because I have to attend to that person. But so interesting that she said, no, I will do both. Kept to her commitment, attended to the person who was not well in the family. So there was a choice. She could have made this easily excuse, which was real excuse that I can't do it because so and so is not well in my family. But she didn't. She still took a opportunity that if I do this service, she felt that Baba kept her very busy, but still she attended to that person. And in a way, it was a blessing because whatever she did, because she thought that the person who wanted, Brother Bridgman wanted this to do it, but then he had to be in hospital, and from hospital now he's saying how happy he is about it. So the blessings she could get. So there is always this choice. You can make a situation an excuse, or you can take it as an opportunity. Really, when I was reading this and I thought I will share, she might be listening also, because she helps us with videos and she has studio and very good in editing all the videos and everything, always available. Mm. And when I was reading, I haven't even replied her. Mm. And that's such a big lesson that any situation could be excuse or a reason. Now it's coming from old. That's in the way we would have done in the past. But she said, no, I am belong to Baba. I am at Confluence-Aged. It's a great opportunity. It's my fortune. I will benefit. And she did really spiritually benefited from taking on the part of this project. And it got accomplished. And her relative also is getting well. So choice, always choice. As I said, for anything we can make a reason. I can't do this. And for me, I don't know. I would never do that. So if somebody says it, I listen. I just say bless you, but I don't really accept it. I say bless you in the sense I have my good wishes for you still, even if you are making wrong decision, because we can never make a situation as excuse and not keep to our commitment for Baba and service. So at Confluence-Aged, these are the choices. On one side, you have opportunity to do elevated action. On other side, some past karmic accounts will always pull you back. You understand? So that is where one has to remember at Confluence-Aged, I'm going in direction of golden age, moving forward. That something will always pull you, not able to move forward, go again back. So it's some people's life, Baba's children, they go forward then backward. Two step forward, two backward. So they are there wherever they are. Not much change is seen. Not much power comes. So Confluence-Age is a transition time and transition between old and new. And those who have faith and love for Baba and really believe that Baba will help and make it happen, they will always make choice. There no situation is excuse, but see it as opportunity to settle and also to create same time. But you keep settling, but when will you create? You keep spending. This morning Baba talked about imperishable income, but when will you earn? So awareness of Confluence-Age, where there is transition between old and new. So every moment you could be pulled towards old and do again what you had been doing and thinking, or I have to change. This time I have to change. Realization, I cannot do same way. I cannot speak same way. I cannot think same way. Because, more you will listen to blessings these days, very subtle aspect. I will take in few moments. So awareness of Confluence-Age, 2 points, is age of joy, age of transition, transformation. I have to go towards new is very important. It's also age which has its own blessings, that if you do one, you get 10 times at Confluence-Age. All I can do directly with God is only at Confluence-Age. Because Baba says incorporate in path of bhakti, whatever you do is indirect, name of God. People say why people give $101 in charity. 100 plus they give one. I don't know if one they give for charity or 100 for God, but they always put one extra. But at Confluence Age, whatever we are doing is directly for Baba, with Baba. My all accounts are with Baba now. I'm not doing for anyone. I'm doing for Baba in the sense according to Baba's direction and the power he is giving, but all I'm accumulating for my own self, my creating my fortune. So Confluence Age has this blessing, and it's only at Confluence Age, uh, this morning's Murli. If you have courage and you do it, Baba will help you. Imperishable income and Baba's help, the big power in the life both. Now, when it comes to blessing, what is blessing? Had been thinking a lot about Dadi Janki, and I think we should keep thinking of all Dadis, love they have given, example they have set. No? So I remember she always used to joke with me that you never have to labor, you never struggle, you live the life of blessing. I said, it's true. Because I never had problems, I never had difficulties. Whatever people are, they are. I still love them. I love everyone. Doesn't matter whatever that person is, but I love truly because it's all right. No, they themselves settling, going through all that. Why should I have difficulty with them? And ultimately, they realize that there is love, there is nothing else. And what do we want from each other? God has given us opportunity to be together, live with love. So all our transactions are with Baba directly. I surrender my life because of love for Baba and Yagya. And I love my Alokik spiritual Brahmin family very much. Everyone I love. So, blessing is where, let's say, if, each one of us, we have a specialty. Baba looks at that specialty and keep using that specialty in an honest way. There will be blessing. There might be some specialty you not aware. One is like, oh, I have arrogance, I have a lot of specialties, and why people don't use them, recognize them. That subtle ego, then subtle hurt because of that ego. But if Baba recognizes your part, and there is specialty which your dadis or seniors are mentioning, actually that is a blessing. But I have to become aware of that. Like as I mentioned, maybe once before too, that Dadi Prakashmani. So we all, many of us used to go Madhuban 2 months. And it generally, I do a lot of homework in the sense of not only churning of knowledge about situation. So I have answer, but I like to talk to dadis to find out is this right or not. Always. I feel it's good if I can get their blessings. So one time there was a little issue where I felt I'm stuck in my energy. So I thought I will talk to Dadi. And I knew that it will go, but let me talk to Dadi. So, but some or other it didn't happen, and I'm about to leave after 2 months. I said, Daddy, I wanted to talk to you about something. There was this, oh, you will never have problem. You are always okay. So I smiled and I said, okay. And I always remember that it's a blessing, no? It's a blessing. So this is how we take the words and make it into a blessing. And when there is blessing, efforts are easy. If there are difficulties, because there are some energies are blocking. That is why I like when Dadi Janki said, you shouldn't be attached to anyone, but no one should be attached to you because they will be pulling your intellect. And for that, soul consciousness and spiritual relationships, whether they are friends, whether they are Lokik family, no one should pull my intellect because I cannot then move forward, right? So, last about blessing, that Baba had been talking these days about connection of self transformation and world transformation. And it's subtle, like this morning blessing, if you read, that when there is transformation, then you're setting an example. So anyone who is disheartened will get power and courage by looking at that example. So world trust, and then further Baba said, this is the way you reveal Baba. I had been saying you reveal Baba. Before we used to say Mike will come and reveal or someone will reveal. But these days Baba said you all will reveal Baba. And you don't reveal one day, last day, but every day. Every time you reveal Baba. Every act of your, face of your, reveal Baba. That's love for Baba. That's the task. So blessing is what? Remind yourself that I have to set example, evident example of the self transformation. That if I can do, you can do also. Why to be disheartened? She's very, very subtle. And Baba had been saying this since 2, 3 days in the blessing in Murli. 2, 3 times if you read it, then you feel what I need to do to receive blessing and to give blessing is by self transformation. And self transformation, not in a one day, 1 hour, is every moment. I need to change and progress, change and progress. No, Baba said check and change to progress or more elevated thought to reveal Baba. It's not I have to tell people what is God, who is God. Yes, we have to give lesson, but through our own image, they could feel God's presence. Reveal Baba. This is what Baba means. Pratakshu, evident. So I really love these three or four Murli blessings. I only talking about this morning's blessing. So let's make our life of joy and blessing. It is, but make it in the sense of uh, great awareness. I am at Confluence-Aged. I am a Brahmin. So 3 words for Brahmins for today. Brahmin who studies and teaches. In Lokik way, Brahmins are many types of Brahmins. One other day I will tell, no, Dadi Janki said 4, 5 types of Brahmins. There are some Brahmins, they only eat Brahma Bhojan, right? And they like Brahma Bhojan. In Lokik way also they say they just go eat and they also carry a container so they fill it and take home also for eating. But the real elevated Brahman, they call it Purushottam Brahman, are those who study Veda scriptures and teach. So we as Brahmins also, we study and teach, not necessarily all the time you will keep giving lessons or read Murli. That also is theory, right? But every thought of you, every action teaches people how you sit, how you walk, how you talk. Like today, Baba said, just the manners are important. And second important thing is to sustain yajna. My every action as a Brahmin, thought should be help supporting yajna, sustaining yajna. Mm. And third important aspect of Brahmin is uh, that they are very, very, they have to be very clean, clean mind, clean heart, clean intellect. We can call it purity, but at different level. So they study, they serve yajna, and they are very, very clean. So this is what the three qualities we're talking today. I didn't go in detail because of time. I will take it that these three important qualities of Brahman. So awareness of time, clarity, life of joy, understanding what the blessing is about, and living that will live by that blessing, not only in the mind, and then to be a true Brahmin so that Brahma Father could be proud of us and we can also remain very happy and joyful. Om Shanti. I hope it's you are joyful, right? You have to stay joyful. Our faces should show that joy. That's revealing Baba. Om Shanti.
Taxi! Taxi! Oh, Shanti brothers and sisters, do you know why we are choosing a taxi? So, the reason why we're choosing a taxi is that we are going to two places which are inside a city. So, we need a taxi. I'm gonna ask you two questions. Are you ready for the first one? Where is this building located? Where is this one located? I got your answers and you were correct. The first one was Manhattan in New York. And guess what? The Empire State Building is very close to where the Manhattan Center is. And the second one was Chicago Center. And both of the places were in the United States of America. Are you ready to fly? Let's fly!
beautiful center. It's downtown Chicago. Sister Mary is the instrument, and Daddy Prakash Mani, Jagdish Bhai, they all wanted a beautiful center there. So Sister Mary became instrument, and they completed 10 years recently, and or some in July somewhere. Yeah, I think in April, May. It's Baba's home there, and so it's very, very beautiful. So can we look at Brother Sister Mary to say hello? Hello, Om Shanti. Nice to visit Chicago. It looks beautiful place, still very clean, organized, lovely.
Thank you. We're just starting now. People are kind of calling up and saying, can they come? So we're letting people come one or two at a time. And we have lots of birds. The birds, we feed the birds, and we have like we have 2 bird sanctuaries, actually, one in the front and one in the side. So they add a lot of joy.
Yes. Nice to meet you and nice to visit Chicago. We all are happy, joyful. Thank you. Om Shanti. Rona Ben in Manhattan, in the midst of New York, and with all the protests and whatever was happening, the sisters were very calm and stayed. They were in Peace Village few months, but now in Manhattan. So we are very happy. Beautiful place and very clean and full of beautiful vibrations. So thank you for inviting us to Manhattan. Feel like coming, but still good to come. Good to visit like this, So Rona Ben and Raj Ben, where is Raj Ben? 2 of them take care of Baba's home there. And a good family, very cooperative family. Raj Ben is there? No, she's not there. Yeah, I know she's at their residence is separate, but we told her to come. Okay, maybe she comes in the end. Thank you. Om Shanti. Good night. So, okay, let's remember Baba and then we say good night.
चले फरिश्ते संगम युग के शिव से मिलन मनाने वरदानों से भर कर झोली जन जन को लुटाने शिव से मिलन मनाने चले फरिश्ते संगम युग के शिव से मिलन मनाने वरदानों से भर कर झोली जन जन को लुटाने शिव से मिलन मनाने चले फरिश्ते संगम युग के शिव की शक्ति के अधिकारी सजे गुणों से आज शिव की शक्ति के अधिकारी सजे गुणों से आज सुख बरसाए हर
Om Shanti and good night, everyone. Om Shanti.